stop the tape. And the reason to stop the tape is because it's Lemmings on this Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Now, after my DMA Design video yesterday, it felt like exploring a few DMA Design games. And the Spectrum version was indeed done by DMA Design with Jonathan Dye, Gary Timmons and Scott G. Johnston. It was published by Psygnosis, like all the other, or most of the other Lemmings games, and it's not very well known because this was a time when the Spectrum was starting to just get to bed. It was getting a bit tired and people were moving to 16-bit machines. The Spectrum had been out for 9 years and, you know, most people just didn't know about this version. But it came out on so many machines, so many platforms that it's inevitable, really. I mean, Game Boy, Mega Drive, Master System. The list is endless. Anyway, press space to begin. Alright, we can choose from keyboard or Kempston joystick. Now, even though you can get a mouse for the Spectrum, you can get a Kempston mouse and there's an AMX mouse or something, this is not compatible with it, which is a shame. But then, how many Spectrum owners owned a mouse? Probably less than 1%, I imagine. Press space to start. So I'm going for the Kempston joystick approach. Press fire to continue. Let's go! Now, as you can see, we have drastically reduced colours, but it's clearly Lemmings. We've even got the music because it's the 128K version. 48K owners were not privy to music, but with the AY sound chip on the Plus models, so plus 128K, plus 2, plus 3, it's working a treat. Interestingly, I tried this on a plus 128K and the music didn't work in-game. Only seems to work on plus 2s and plus 3s. It's a bit of a strange thing, I don't know why. Anyway, this is running at the standard Spectrum speed of 3.5 MHz on the Z80 processor. And it's a little slow. Let's speed up the Lemming release speed. You control all the functions down the bottom by using the 1 to 0 keys on the keyboard, each one corresponding to a different action. And you can nuke them by pressing both shifts together. So the control scheme is, it's done it well. We've got the cursor controlled by the joystick here. We haven't got the old console problem where you have to use the joystick to select the box at the bottom and then go back up to the top. That was just a pain. So we can press 4 for the shoots. I think you can lock onto Lemmings as well. If I put my cursor there and press N, it locks on, which is handy. It just adds another level of control to proceedings. If you look at the Lemmings themselves, look at the animation. We've got floppy hair. I mean, they are one single block of colour, but they are animated so fluidly. It is pretty impressive for this sort of hardware. The animation is the same as you'd see on the Amiga, just with less colours. And the levels are the same. We haven't got different music for each level, which is a shame because I do love the variation in the cheesy Lemmings tunes. But we have the recognisable Lemmings theme running along in the background. Now, the pace is a bit slow. Lots of these later Spectrum games work a lot better if you up the Z80 chip to 7 MHz. In fact, most of them feel like they should be made for a Spectrum with a 7 MHz Z80. I don't know if they programmed it on the Z80 at 7 MHz and then were like, oh shit, this is slow as a turd, when they got it on a proper Spectrum. But you know, games were progressing and complexity was progressing, and the poor Spectrum just struggled to keep up. Where's my blocker? You block, man, damn it! Alright, you are blocked. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll show you what this is like with a 7 MHz Z80, and you can see the improvement. So, using the power of editing magic, let's go! Alright, we are rocking now at 7 MHz, and yeah, it's a bit more tricky to be honest at this speed, as you'd expect, because you have to have quicker reactions to get the Lemmings. There's two possible routes of this level, isn't there? You can kind of drop off on the left on that second ledge, or drop off on the right. Oh, the choices. One of the reasons I love this game, you just do the levels how you like, don't you? You can go about them however you like. I mean, there's a certain restriction because they have to be solved a certain way, but there's a freedom of choice. I can choose to place that lemming there, or I can place him all the way over there if I feel like it. Right, let's up the output rate. Yeah, so this came out in 1991. It was published by Psygnosis. It was written by DMA Design with the people I mentioned earlier. It was re-released by Drosoft in Spain. And in the UK it went on sale at £12.99. It was on a demo of Crash issue 94. Also Micro Hobby SU Sinclair User issue 119. Your Sinclair issue 72. So, you know, it got distributed, but by that time I'm quite surprised so many Spectrum magazines were still going actually at that time, but enough Spectrum users would have seen it to known it existed at the time. I didn't. Yeah, I think I did have a Spectrum at the time, but it was in the loft and I just didn't use it. I had a Master System by then, and oh, I better nuke those guys. And the Spectrum just didn't. I didn't think about it again until much later. You've got the codes here, level code, so you don't have to start from the start every time, which is nice, really, because these early games, that was a bit of an ordeal, wasn't it? You get so far and then you just have to restart the entire game. You know, we used to leave the Spectrum on for like a week, overnight. Well, if my dad would let us, because, you know, electricity bills. You know what fathers are like, especially in the 80s. Electricity, it's a problem. Oh shit, I missed him. But yeah, that was your only choice. And then if you had a power cut, all your progress was gone. Some games did have a save game feature to tape, but it was very rare. It was not a common thing in the slightest. Let's see if I. Okay, I'm gonna explode him and see if he can get in. I'm gonna go. Oh no, I missed one. He's definitely dead. I'm sorry, mate. You are definitely a goner. Oh, they're both dead. As you can see. Oh, I need 10! I needed 10! What absolute donkey shuffler! What am I playing at? Alright, let's try that again. I'm only messing around this time. I think the music feels... I think it is flowing at the more normal rhythm as well with the 7 MHz processor. It felt a bit slow before. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. Is there two there? It's a bit, oh yeah, I got him. It's a bit hard when they're grouped up to get both of them on this version. On machines like the Amiga, it kind of works out, but you've got your mouse over a particular lemming, and if one's already got that skill, it applies it to the other one who's in the group. But it's a bit more precise. You need more precision on the Spectrum. Alright. Now, another thing I've noticed on this version is that I think that was a solid block on the Amiga version, but because it's rendered with it's just in 2 colours on here, then you have to use a couple of diggers to get through it. I might be wrong. I seem to remember that being a solid column. This was always how it appears now. You've got this checkered pattern that you kind of have to mosh your way through. Sweet! Sweet meat! There we go. Speed up the flow! Come on, Lemmings, in you come. Everything's here, isn't it? We've even got the logo in the lower right hand side. We have all the icons. And, you know, if they had injected colour into this game, in the play field, it would have detached. It's kind of a timeless aesthetic now, isn't it? It's like when you have non-textured polygons in early 3D games, which have like a timeless classic, like Ocarina of Time with Zelda. It has sort of a timeless feel to it. As soon as you start adding textures and colours, it can start looking a bit dated, but this is just plain, it's simple, the animation is fluid, it's really good conversion. It scored well in the magazine reviews at the time, which is obvious to see why. I mean, as I spoke about in the DMA video, it scored 100% on the Amiga in some reviews, which is absolutely mental. Right, you bomber. Right. would you need a stopper? Okay, you need a stopper. You can either use precise timing. Let's try and use some precise timing. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's just off! Ah! Yeah, this is why you have a stopper. Or you can just wait until... Okay, I think I might have screwed this up a little bit. You have to have a stopper to capture a lemming in that section. I know, you just stop him, don't you? You just stop a lemming next to a wall and explode him. Ooh! Concentrate, man! There we go. And then we can explode him. And then all the little lemmings can get through to there. I always wondered what that was, the exit. It's like a temple entrance, isn't it? It's like an entrance to their home. I was always like, what is that? It looks a bit weird. And this as well, the entrance looks strange to me as well. Because I know it's the trapdoor with both the sides falling down, but if you don't look at it in that sort of 3D perspective, it kind of looks like a half rectangle shape. I'm sure you probably don't see what the hell I'm talking about, but it makes sense to me. Alright, let's get a builder. You build path. Good lemming. Yeah, these are all the same levels from the original release, which is impressive to see. And these levels, as I discussed in yesterday's video, were part of a competition by the DMA crew. £10 was given to each member who could come up with a level which made it into the game. And you'll see different types of level in this game because the different coders on the team, different designers, had different approaches to how they did their levels, which is interesting to pick out which ones were made by who, and they had different naming conventions. Some would give clues in the title of the level as to how to complete it, and others were named after like Black Adder episodes and the like. It's really interesting. Now, I always used to try and get these guys out. You don't have to, I don't think. You need a 100% rescue rate, but I used to quite like trying to get 100% where possible. Right, and now I need a couple more, don't I? Oh no, that's it. That's it. Yes. Job well done. Yes. Can you do it again? No. Oh, he's gonna die. He's gonna die. You can pause it by pressing space. You can't move when it's paused though, because that's cheating, isn't it? Obviously, you have to move quick. Okay, I need some... Let's just get some umbrellas out. Get some goddamn umbrellas. There you go, have an umbrella, mate. Let's give them in mid-flight. There you go. They're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Ooh, umbrella. How many have I got on this level? I should really learn to read the intro screens. This is one of those games you can just get addicted to, isn't it? You get drawn in, sucked in. It's like worms. It sucks you in because there's logic needed to work out the level, but you're constantly playing as well. You're constantly having to dart about. So it's action and quick reflexes mixed with logical skill. It's like a perfect combination of a game. So you can see with something like this having really never been done before it came out, how it made such a massive impact. I've probably killed too many already. I think this is quite a high percentage rate you need. I don't know. Let's find out, shall we? Got my timer ticking down over there. The Spectrum was good at keeping many things on the screen going at once. It could handle, because the C64... Oh, that was alright. Because the C64 needed... Oh, yeah, we've got the level names here. Patience. Bit of a clue. Because the C64 had a 1 MHz processor, it was a bit slow for some tasks. So they get fall off the edge of the screen and die. Yeah. See you guys. Sorry about that. Whereas the Spectrum had a 3.5 MHz Z80. It didn't have like all the hardware things that the Commodore 64 had, like hardware scrolling and built-in sprites, but that extra speed could help make up in some instances. And some games really utilised that extra speed. Oh, this is hard. I've got to select the guys down at the bottom. This is when you need quick mouse movement rather than a joystick and... Oh, they're dead as well. Oh, good God, I'm so sorry. You have to flick between the keyboard and the joystick. This is you really need to know the mappings of these the buttons, how the numeric keys map to ones down the bottom on this level. Or you just select stopper. Get the stoppers out. No. Right. Alright, screw you all. You can all die, and then we'll start this again, and we'll stuff a stopper down the other end. We'll do it like that. I haven't got time for this shit. Right, stopper. Right, there's the stopper. Alright. Let's just wait. Let's wait for Lemmings to come back, and let's put him here. Bit of lateral thinking, not really. This is quite simple. Alright, that's more effective. And then we'll send... We'll just dig. We'll just dig, why not? We don't need to send anyone over really, do we? Yeah, dig. Let's do it. Let's just go straight through. That is clearly a solid object, so we shouldn't have much trouble digging. We haven't got the sound effects here, so you can't hear when someone is running out of digging ability. Do you know when... No, I never like this bit because they get grouped up and you can't see what's going on. You know when the builders are running out of their construction materials and it starts to go doo doo doo. You haven't got that in this version. And that is just a block, isn't it? There's no definition there. That's just a solid block of Lemmings. It looks like some horrific, gruesome, pulsating mess. Let's see if we can get out there. Just build everywhere. That's looking promising. We've got some movement near the top. We just need some more building. We've got 3 left. This might work. I can't... Not the best tactics. Oh, yes! And we are through! Oh, yeah! Nicely done. And then we'll kill the last one. And we'll nuke him. We could set an individual charge on him, but we'll just nuke the hell out of him. See ya! Would not want to be here. We all fall down. This is the one where the drop is slightly too much, isn't it, for the average lemming? So you have to just dig them all down. Close together as you can get them, so that you've got enough space to work with. Yeah, I might do some more Lemming quick plays this week. I'm not sure whether to do more Lemming quick plays or try some other DMA games, such as Grand Theft Auto, maybe the Shadow of the Beast conversion for the Commodore 64. Maybe Zone Trooper. I'm quite intrigued by Zone Trooper on the Spectrum. I haven't really given that much time. It looks like a game I could get into. Menace, and of course Walker. Graphics on Walker are immense. It's not even an A1200 game. It's just a enhanced graphics Amiga game running on the standard chipset. Alright, level 11. I'll probably call this to a close now. This is probably as much of a quick play as needed. Yeah, as you can see, I've been running it on 7 MHz and it's been running beautifully. But it is very playable even on 3.5 MHz. Anyway, this is Lemmings for the ZX Spectrum. Another marvel on the Spectrum hardware, which Clive Sinclair probably would have never have imagined possible on its conception in 1982. Anyway, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.